You don't frighten me! Get a grip. He's just standing there, menacingly!
Hi everybody, how's it was morning, afternoon, evening, and night. So I just want to create this video for you guys just because I heard a lot of people talking about this app called the Lossless Scaling. Heard some interesting things about it, and people were using it for their current GPUs and older GPUs as well. So I thought to myself, hey, I gotta take the time and opportunity to try it out myself, and I took the time to get it for $9 for Canadian dollars. And I tried it with a few games with like Cyberpunk 2077, Black Myth Wukong, as well as like Dragon's Dogma 2, and surprisingly is very, very awesome. I enjoyed it. And there were those instances that that I heard that people complain about the artifacting and stuff like that. So it's kind of like a phantom-like effect whenever it comes to like motion and all kinds of things and shenanigans, which I noticed that from time to time when I was like testing the waters with it off camera specifically, and etc. And of course, I will in the video will try to use the MSI Afterburner and as well as the Rivatuner, keep track of the frames, temperature, all kinds of things and so on, so you guys know ahead of time. And of course I will put more information in the description in the pinned comments so you guys can see for yourselves for more information and etc. And of course for a quick little PC specs that I have, which I will put on the screen by the way so you guys know at the time, so you guys can pause the video, see for yourselves. And of course my GPU is the Asus ROG Strix RTX 3090, which I got like used copy by the way, which I got it for at least about like 1,400 bucks, like back in September 2022, so you guys know at that time, which I did ultimately made a video talking about it where I picked the RTX 3090 instead of the 4090 because of budget reasons, preferences, getting like 24 gigabytes of VRAM and etc. whatsoever. And I was told somebody in the comments where I could have gotten myself a 4070 Ti, but you know, I gotta stick with what's best recommended for my budget. So it doesn't make any sense for me to get one GPU, but I couldn't be able to afford another one. So it doesn't make any sense. You know, I gotta stick with what I wanted to get, and I just stick with it until I know for sure it's no longer usable. If it breaks down, whatever happens, I just get a new one. Only if I needed to upgrade, if necessary. And then eventually I got like 64 gigabytes of RAM sticks of the Corsair Vengeance LPX, and as well as like my CPU for the Ryzen 9 5900X. And of course my PSU is the EVGA Supernova 1600 watts G plus of course, and etc. Which yes, most people would say is overkill, but you know, just getting prepared these days because sometimes the games can be quite demanding and stuff like that. So I figured, you know, get prepared and so on. So anyway, I want to get that out of the way. And of course it gives you the frame generation options, scaling options like LS1, as well as like FSR, NVIDIA image scaling, and so forth. And of course if I were to check on the Steam chart specifically, you know, people are still using it, which I might try to go to great lengths to refresh it. Of course you can ignore the ads right there. So more than 5,000 people are using this, so that's pretty cool. And yeah, pretty interesting stuff. So I think I've had the app still on, but I still have, but I kind of like messing around with a few games here and there, etc. So eventually I might try to focus on one or two games and stuff like that and see how it goes and so forth. So we're gonna try it out. Alright, so we are on Cyberpunk 2077. So I did have to run into little technical issues just to get the game to run properly and etc. Because, you know, try to get it on the screen properly and so forth. So what I plan to do is that I'm going to try to like mess around with the graphic settings, which I'm gonna try to like mess with the ones from like low settings to high to ultra, and then eventually ray tracing low to ultra as well, and including the Steam Deck as well. Steam Deck settings of course, and etc. That's what I plan to do, because I kind of like more of like a bit of a performance person when it comes to like do a little custom here and there, and yeah, just to get more frame rates and all that and so on. So I'm gonna try and see if I can start with like 720p, and after 720p, 1080p, 1440p, and then all the way towards 4K. That's what I plan to do, so you guys know. And yeah. So we're gonna start with 720p here. Might be a little bit scrunched up, but you know. And we're gonna try low. Let's see how it goes. Okay, it might take up a... Yeah, so I might be using the Rivatuner as well as the MSI Afterburner to keep track of the frames, everything else, and so on, and temperature. And yeah, so might be a little bit scrunched up on the screen here, but you know, let's make the best out of it. I did make sure that it is on low settings, so cool. Cool. Test the waters. Back to, okay, so 95 frames. Oh, got to 100. Okay. 106 frames. Oof. Okay, let's try like medium settings here. See how it goes. See how far we can push it. Okay. Yeah, it looks like it's still being stable. Okay, let's try like high settings here. It's okay. It's only a flesh wound. At least the bike is still alive. Might need some medical attention. Okay, and let's try like ultra settings. Ultra. Don't worry about the tail. It's alive still. I did that for no apparent reason. Alright, so it's kind of dipping around there. 98 frames. And let's try it with the Steam Deck setting. Okay, so I'm able to push up. Okay. Yeah, I'm not sure what to say about that, but I got stuck. The trash stopped me. The junk. I was able to use the force. It's too powerful. It stopped me in my tracks like it was nothing. I don't believe it. It's bloody junk. Scrap metal, everything. Anyway. Okay, so we got the Steam Deck ready, stuff like that. So surprisingly, the Steam setting is cranking the frames to the max. Well, above and beyond. So anyway, let's try like ray tracing low. So we got about that much, and let's try like medium on that one. So 78 frames. 78 frames. 72. And I should have seen what I was looking at. My bad. I forgot my prescriptions. And let me try ultra ray tracing. We'll just pretend that never happened. Okay. And then we'll try overdrive, which might be a bit overkill, but still. It also includes like path tracing, by the way. Can be very GPU demanding when it comes to that setting. Just testing the waters. Very cool. Do a little shortcut. You're ready. Not too bad. Okay, so 720p is done. I'm going to try and mess with 1080p right now. 1080p, here we come. Oh, it's a little stuck there. Okay, I made it. Oof. Okay, I made it unstuck right now. Okay, anyway, just wanted to sort it out. Anyway, so we're at 1080p. And then we're gonna do the same thing, just like how we did that with the 720p. So we're gonna mess with like the low settings, the ultra settings, and then ray tracing low settings to ultra, and as well as like overdrive, of course, and etc. Blah blah blah. So that's what I plan to do. So I wanted to like test the waters with the resolutions and as well as like the preset graphics and stuff. Was under that amount. Okay, quickly jump back to 89, 92. Let's try like medium settings here. Okay, not bad. You know, I kind of dipped a little more. Not bad. Let's try like high settings for it. Oh, that's under 60 frames. Okay. This is still stabilizing. Okay, not bad. Even though it dipped a little bit under like 60 frames like in-game, but still, it managed pretty well. So let's try like ultra. Not bad. Good stuff. Still managing pretty well, surprisingly. Okay. Okay. So we did that, and then we're gonna try Steam Deck setting. Okay. So not too bad. You know, kind of crunch into a little bit there. 91, 94, 95, 96. It's like flip-flopping back and forth between the two of them, and it's dipping down to 71. Yeah, it dipped like really hard to 71. All of a sudden, I was like, "Holy ravioli!" Okay, let's try it with ray tracing low. Oops. That was by accident, I swear. 65 frames. Not bad. Okay, let's try like the ray tracing medium, which of course all this stuff is like blocking like upper right corner of it, but you know, I just want to keep track of like the frames and everything else too, and etc. Okay. That's where I was by accident. No, no, there's nothing wrong. No, no, no.
On my way, dispatch.
Hold on.
But only because I like you.
Hold on. Hold on. I got an idea. I made a mistake. I was never here. Just gotta wait for the cool down, and then that we get back on the road. I was never here. Oh, okay, we're good. Let's go. We're back to the ride. I swear that was by accident. We have to continue with the test. Okay, so that's out of the way. We'll pretend that never happened. Let's just say it's an accident. Okay, so we got that done. I swear that person was there when I got there. Until eventually I lost control of the braking. Because unfortunately I think my motorcycle might need some medical attention after that. And some therapy too. So anyway, so back to what we were doing. So ray tracing ultra. So I just want to check the frames and everything else. Still working pretty well. Not too bad. We're ready. I was about to drift this way. No apparent reason. Okay, and then we're gonna try the ultra drive. Or overdrive specifically. Might be overkill. Still works pretty well. Works surprisingly well with the overdrive. I thought for sure it's gonna be like dipping pretty hard or whatever visual tears might be. Oh snap. Okay. So yeah, so not too bad so far. Because I was expecting like some screen tears and whatsoever when I set it to like ray tracing overdrive, so it's going pretty well. So anyway, so let's try to go from 1080p to 1440p. Okay. Alright, so we are on 1440p. I did have to like readjust the volume as well because I kind of just barely heard myself during the gameplay, so yeah. So I had to crank down the volume a bit there as best as I can, however I could. So anyway, so back to low settings. Let's see how it goes at 1440p. Because it was a little bit loud, so I had to lower it down just a tiny bit. Okay, so at 86 frames. So it's flip-flopping back and forth between the two of them. Goes up to 87, okay. Let me try medium settings. Medium. Alrighty. Okay, so it's dipping a little bit there. Around at 73. Let me try like high settings here. Yeah, it's still dipping. It's under 70, so let's jump to 62. or dip to 62 at least frames. Oh, okay, 70, 69.
Can you talk?
Away.
It is important.
What's important?
I'll let him
I
talk.
may have found a solution to the problem we share. I have established a contact with an old friend from Arasaka. He's here in Night City now. He's well connected to certain influential people.
That's gonna help us how, exactly?
There will be a meeting. You, me, and this friend of mine. You will tell him what you told me. The truth of events at Kopeki Plaza. I have little hope that he will be convinced. But it will be a start.
Fine. Where's the meet and when?
Japantown. After sunset. I am sending you the precise location. I'll see you there.
Yeah, I just want to let them finish talking. Yeah, so I just was like messing around here and there for the side quest and all that. So anyway, so let me see if I can jump onto Ultra setting. That's Takamura. He's the businessman from the Corporal of Arasaka. Seems pretty chill. So yeah, so anyway, so I just want to like continue on with like mess with the settings here and there and so forth and etc. Alright, so it looks like it's like around 52 frames, 55. When it comes to like the very like high settings of like shadows, reflections, all kinds of things, blah blah blah, and so on. So let me try Ultra. Oh wait, we already did Ultra. We're good. Let me try the Steam Deck setting. So looks like we're jumping to 74, 76. Okay. 77. Okay, it's dipping back. It's like having like a tug of war. Okay, I almost hit that wall. I'm catastrophic in no time. After a few bails, a few crash outs, it was so bad. I was in flying like a coyote. Okay, let me try ray tracing low. And then eventually mess with the rest of it. Looks like it's 54 frames, 52. Okay, not bad. Okay. There's an okay drift right there, so not too bad. Alright, so let's try like medium ray tracing. Saw a little flicker there for some reason. Anyway. It's been texture loading. I went the wrong way. I was about to go the other road. So they go the other direction instead. Not too bad. Okie dokie. Okay, let's try like Ultra. See how far we could push it. Alright, so it's kind of like dipping around 42, 41 frames, which in-game frames, by the way. Still using the Lossless Scale app there. It's hanging on pretty well. I haven't seen any like screen tears so far, or any frame skips. Still stabilizing. Okay, let's try like the overdrive. Okay, yeah, it's just the ghosting there. For a little bit of the motion blur, which I couldn't stand motion blur. Oh god. A little crazy. Spin again later. No fair reason. Okay, so let's try and jump on to 4K. 1440p to 4K. Oof, not that. Ugh. There we go. Much better. Okay, now we're at 4K right now, so let's see if we can try to go with the low settings here. Alright. Low settings. Alright, so around like at 57, 58 frames right there. Nice sitting out there. The ceiling, glass ceiling. Fancy smancy. Alright, let's try like medium setting here. Okie dokie. So it's going pretty well, surprisingly. So I'm like, interesting. Okay, let's try around the high setting here. The preset, quick preset right there. Okay, that was by accident. Oh. No, okay, never mind. Nope, we're good. We're good. The perfect accident. I did that for no apparent reason. But whatever works. Alright, let's try Ultra. You know, I had that on the FSR, but still, you know. Just test the waters. I kind of want to mess around with like both the FSR and as well as the NVIDIA stuff with the ray tracing and all that. So I'm not too sure about the Intel's like XESS, but I'm not too certain about that one. So hit that palm tree and it shows the street lamp. But that's okay. I think I always fix it. Okay, let me try Steam Deck setting here again. Yeah, it looks like it's kind of 50 frames. So it's like 47, 49. Okay, it's stepping back to 47, so it's flip-flopping between the two. Okay. Okay, let's try like ray tracing low here. Okay, not bad. So it's, okay, so at least about like 36 frames right there. Okay. Guys, at least surprisingly it's still hanging on. You know. Some pretty good stuff. Let's try medium setting of it. Medium ray tracing. Okie dokie. And let's try high setting, ultra. A little bit of flickering there. Oop. Okay, that was a bad accident. So it's 29 frames. You ready? Okay, that's not too bad. How I was expecting like a T-bone there, but we're good. All right, let's try like overdrive. Oh, okay, it's getting a little funky. I think my controls are getting like unresponsive there. Oh boy. Yeah, I noticed a little bit of that artifacting. It's ghosting pretty hard, like a poltergeist. Something that you see out of like a haunted house. Oof. Yeah. Oh, what's happening right now? Oh boy. Because lossless scaling and path tracing are definitely not best friends. This is technically like adversaries right there. Oh boy. It's a blubbery mess. But I guarantee you, I was like, oof. Deadly combination. Oof. Yikes-a-roni. I wish I was joking, but oh boy. Okay, let's just drive away from them. No.
All available units. Disturbance reported in city center.
I made the cops angry.
521, roger that. We're en route.
Nope. Don't shoot me. I got an idea. Hold on.
Hey, did I do something to you?
I need to. I need my hiding spot. So they don't know I'm here. Just so I don't exist. So they can't attack me. Had to put up with that blubbery mess of path tracing with lossless scaling in 4K. Oh boy. You're starting to notice the oh boy. It's crazy. Just gonna wait for it to cool down there. So they forget about me. Okay, cool. Yeah, so anyway, so pretty much honestly, from my perspective, like the way I saw it like this is very much a blubbery mess. I'm not gonna lie. That's like poltergeist phantom-like behavior right there. When you move the camera and move the characters, oof. It's a crazy mess. Like overdrive and all kinds of shenanigans. I was like, yikes. Especially with 4K. Oh. Crazy mess. Not gonna lie. So what I'm gonna do is that before I end the video, I'm gonna try like pretty much like mess around with my custom setting, because I'm kind of like more like a performance person, to be fair. So yeah, I'm gonna try custom. I'll just try like performance here, like ultra performance or performance, either one of them. So I can turn off that dreadful like film grain, aberration, depth of field, and lens flare, which I'm pretty sure most of you can't stand it. So I'm gonna turn these things off for you guys just to make sure, so you don't get blind by that craziness and so forth. And yeah, try to crank as much as I can, no matter how ridiculous it is. So I'll make sure to turn off the bloom and lens flare for you guys just to make sure, so that way you can't stand the ridiculousness of it. Saves the time and the headache, and the list goes on. Alright, cool. So this is kind of like how I usually just tend to like mess around with the settings here. And I might try to mess around just a tiny bit with the race tracing, just a little bit. I'm not too crazy about it, but you know, just a tiny bit. Just a wee bit. Yeah. And the list goes on. This is how like I usually tend to play the game from time to time, just get more frames, 4K, stuff like that. I might even go to great lengths to mess with the settings too, in case I need to lower some more to get more frames, and the list goes on. So surprisingly, with the app, it still works pretty well, despite the moments where I screwed around and found out with the 4K setting, as well as like the ray tracing overdrive with path tracing is a blubbery mess right there. It was like, ugh. It was just hard to look at, to be honest, to be fair, and etc. And even if I were to try to like do it without the lossless scaling specifically, if I were to like turn off the thing, like unscale it specifically, then eventually it'll probably be dipping, like in game. So this is like without the wait, hold on, let me see if I can turn it off. Turn off the lossless scaling there. Okay, there we go. So even if I were to do it without the lossless scaling, the game would have been like a jittery mess, like this for example, as you can clearly see on the screen. It was just like that, even though they released DLSS 4, but still, it's like a jittery mess. That's how I know for sure. It's running okay so far, but to me it tends to dip under 60 frames whenever I like, you know, lower it down under 4K and etc. I'll try like 1440p for example, because it'll still run okay so far once I lower some more in other settings too, so it should be okay, and etc. blah 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 and so forth. Because it'll still run pretty well. It's just that I just wanted to, like, you know, make a valid point. Still runs pretty well. Not too bad though. I might also try to like mess with like the 1080p as well, and then 720p of course. So I'm gonna do that. Surprisingly, it works pretty well. As I lower it some more. And then eventually I'm going to try and do that with 720p. That's what I plan to do. 720p. Get more frame rates. And yeah. I was able to reach like 90 frames right there with 720p, believe it or not. Quite surprising. Like the lower the resolution, the more frames you get. So yeah, so that's how I know for sure. So it's pretty dope. Because I'm almost surprised that the 720p was able to like give you more frames. I think like able to reach like around like at 113, 120 frames right there. Like, holy smokes. That is pretty dope. Not gonna lie. That's very impressive for 720p. So I'm gonna try to like turn back on the lossless scaling. If I can do that for a brief moment. Turn it back on. Get that right there. And then do that. Turn it right back on. Alright, cool. It's nice and turn back on. Probably change it back to 4K. Since I have like a 4K 144 Hz monitor. And yeah. Oh wait, hold on. Okay, there we go. I was just trying to readjust the size of it here. Here we go. Fantastic. Alright, cool. So, anywho, I'm gonna try to end the video for you guys really soon. Just want to get a good spot here. For no apparent reason. just overlooking the city and whatever. What a nice view of that of the canyon view on the mountain, at least. So yeah, so overall, I like the lossless scaling. I thought it was pretty fantastic. Wanted to test the waters, push it to the max, see how it goes. Mess around with 720p, 1080p, 1440p, and 4K, and everything else, and so on. And times and moments where once I kind of messed with it with the ray tracing and went with the overdrive ray tracing with 4K, lots of scaling, it does tend to be a very, very, very crazy mess, I do say, that you saw from earlier from before. And yeah, so I'll keep in mind next time just to be careful when using the overdrive setting for the ray tracing and stuff like that. So overall, I have to admit, the app of the lossless scaling is really awesome, which I would 100% would probably say recommend to people in case if you're on a tight budget, like in case if you have like a current GPU of like the RTX 5000 series, or even like older GPUs, for example. If you're on a tight budget, then you could use something like this for like, you can get from the Steam page for about like $7, $9 wherever you are in the world based on the regional pricing. And yeah, so overall I think it's a great app, and hopefully with some future updates from the developer he can be able to improve the app some more, so that way it's a lot more efficient and as well as effective and so forth. So once again, thank you all so much. I'd like to tell you that thanks for watching my video, and of course once again I'll put more information in the description in the pinned comments so you guys can see for yourselves. And I hope everybody has a very great morning, afternoon, evening, and night, as well as staying safe, and I'll see you guys next time. Take care.